Testing, 1, 2, 3. There you go, I think. Can you hear me now? Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you go. Better? You should be able to hear me now. All right, Joe. Anyway, today's the last lesson of the week. And what I want to do, something a little different. First off, I'm totally exhausted. That's number one. I don't mean to complain like a little bitch, but I am. I'm tired. So what I'm going to do tonight, I haven't prepared anything new. I mean, I can give you something new, but what I would like to do is, since you've been coming to this broadcast, Joe, we've gone over quite a few different things. And whoever else is here or whatever, and I'd like to do a review on hand technique, stick control formulas, or whatever. So, do you have any requests? For example, working with a metronome, what a full stroke is, what pianissimo means, what's a half stroke, what's a quarter stroke, an upstroke. Talk to me, Joe. Because we have to wait for everybody else here, I guess. No talkie, Joe. How about a routine that you do when you get on the drum pad? First off, do you practice every day, Joe? And if you do you practice on the drum pad first and go to the drum set? Well, that's on the drum set, okay? I don't want to go to the drum set. To be honest with you, I was going to do a drum set lesson tonight, but actually I was just too lazy to move everything. All right, let's see, what is this? The one from last night. Oh boy, okay. What is that, the triplet fill-ins or the triplet roll? All right, let me just take a nice, you have a pencil and paper, you can write this down because you will be getting PDFs on all of this. Now, we talked about Chaffee's triplet elements and all the possibilities and whatever. Let me get my glasses. All right, well, that's good. You need to work things out. It's like this. You play on a drum set, so why practice on a drum pad? All right, we're gonna cover everything, okay? As much as I can possibly cover. Well, here's my request, my suggestion. I mean, it's difficult, if you've been playing 100 years, to sit on a drum pad when you have your set of drums in front of you going, come here, come here. So it's difficult. It really is. So what you want to do is you want to develop a routine. If you're going to practice 2 hours, 3 hours, how long do you practice every day, Joe? How long do you practice every day, Joseph? Roughly. 2 hours, 10 hours, every other day. Be honest now, because I'll give you some sort of routine. See, practicing to me is an element of practicing. I take a half hour and I loosen up. I don't want to hurt my muscles or hurt anything. Okay, so I go to the stick control book. Oh, Jesus. Let it ring. Okay, that's a nice practice. Okay, come on, machine, answer it. Probably a telemarketing phone call. This, let it go. I hope you can't hear that. Somebody, it's a telemarketing phone call. I'm just lazy tonight. Okay, go ahead. I'm going to make $10,000 in 14 days. Just send him $500. Okay. What I do every day, I hit the drum pad the first thing. Other than just teaching privately, I'm on the drum pad and the drum set. But now, what I do is I open up page 5 of the stick control book. And, you don't have to follow any kind of sequence. If you'd like to, that's great. You want to do line 1, repeat it, do the vamp, go to line 2, repeat it, go to the vamp. You can do a no-brainer. What I mean a no-brainer is you can set the metronome. I'm going to do this in full strokes here at 60. And I'm not going to follow any kind of sequence, like line 1, vamp, line 2, vamp, so on and so forth. I'm just going to play to the quarter note. If I want to play 10 rights, 2 lefts, 10 lefts, 6 rights, whatever. But I'm in 4/4. I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in. So I have a timer and I'll say, all right, let me put this on for 3 minutes. And I'm loosening up. I'm going to do full strokes. That's the quarter note. So I'm just going to play a no-brainer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm not going to sit here for 2 or 3 minutes, but that's what I do to loosen up. Then I get a little bit and I say, okay, I got that going on. Now I'm going to go to 100. Now, you know the difference between a full stroke and a half stroke, correct, Joseph? And whoever else is watching. So now what I do now, I'm going to go into a formation. I'm going to play the line, repeat the line, and I'm going to vamp for 4 measures in half strokes. Nice and easy. Now, it's not as much work as this because the distance is going to be shorter. I'm going to be here. So I'm nice and loose now after 2 or 3 minutes of full strokes. And I'll keep it there at half strokes. I'll run the page, at least the left-hand side. Okay, there is a bit of a delay. That's okay. I'm doing the left-hand side of the page on half strokes. Now, if I drop this thing down, up it a little bit, to say 150 or 152, what I'm going to do with this, now I'm going to take quarter strokes. So far, for 2 or 3 minutes, I practiced this. In another 5 minutes, I practiced the half strokes with the vamp. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the quarter strokes. So far we did the full stroke, the half stroke, and then the quarter stroke. Now, the quarter stroke is here. It's closer to the drum so you can play a little faster. And it's a lighter sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, vamp, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll drop that down at 152 for 3-4 minutes. If this time I do the whole page, and if I could do the whole page in less than 2 or 3 minutes, I keep doing the page. I go back to the beginning, and I keep playing the page until the 5 minutes is up. Then, after that, now we're into about 15, 20 minutes of practicing on the drum pad. I'm nice and loose. I'm doing my routine. Uh, it's like a loosening up kind of thing. It's not a working something out because I already know how to do it. Okay, it's part of the routine. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put the metronome on. I'm not going to put it, yeah, for 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not going to play this for 2 or 3 or 5 minutes. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to up the tempo somewhat, go to 170. Now I'm going to play 4 measure vamps. 4 with the right, 4 with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Right hand. 4. And I'll do that for 2 or 3 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever you feel like doing. Then I go to the triplet. Now there's so much to do. You know, if you have a busy day, you want to work something out on the drum set, you want to develop some jazz independence, you know, go to the drum set now and work the drum set. But I'm just giving you some sort of routine that I do. I mean, it works for me. It might not work for you. But if you maintain that routine, you'll see your hands be nice, real nice. Okay, so now, with that all being said, you know, I do page 5, 6, and 7, whatever I feel like doing for the day. But I do maintain that routine for the first half hour. Then, you know, if I'm working something like from the Shafee book, or I want to develop a formula on a stick control book, or really, you know, oil up my levels, or, you know, whatever. Okay? Then I work on that. But mostly I'm teaching, I'm creating some formulas, and I'm working on the drum set. So if you have a paper, pencil and paper, if you have manuscript paper, that would be good. So let's go back to the 8th note, the vamp. Now, there's quite a few different things, and this comes out of Joe Morello's Master Studies. If I'm playing a vamp, there's no accent. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now what I want to do for a while is play that with a, I don't know, maybe at 120 or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and play that with my right hand, 4 measure increments. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first part. So I'm just dropping that down for a while at a variety of tempos. Now I want to go to write this down, an 8th note vamp at a variety of tempos for 2, 3, 5 minutes. Okay, no accent, all this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. Now let's go to the second element of that particular 8th note. I want to accent now to 1 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There's no whip, the pump. All right, I'll do it 4 measures with the right. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and then to the left. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and at a variety of tempos. So that's 2 elements of the vamp. Straight ahead with the vamp, no accents. And then with the accent on 1 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now the third one, we're going to shift the accent instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. We're going to put the accent on the and of 2 and the and of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now you have 3 elements there. 1 and 2. You have without the accent, rather. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and, I'm sorry. Hello, Matt. Wake up. 1 and 2. Now with the accent. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you have those three elements with the eighth note. Then you're going to go to the 16th note. Now, the 16th note, you're going to play, it's just an extension of the vamp. It's part of the Stone Killer. All right, so you have 16th note, straight ahead, no accent. 4 measures, 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3, 4. 2, day, a. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on and so forth. The second element, you're going to put the accent on the count of the downbeat. 1E and the 2E and the 3. You're writing this down, Joe? Or everybody else? 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E and the. Then you have it, move it over to the duh. 1E and the 2E and the 3E and E and the 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the. So 3 elements. You have the without the accent, 1E and the 2E and the 3. 4, then the accent, 1E and the 2, 3, shifting the accent. Okay, now, that takes care of the 8th note and the 16th note. Now let's go to the 8th note triplet. We're not doing any formulas or elements, it's just a routine. You know, whatever you want to work on the 16th, it's like, you know, doing the 8th notes. All right, you want to do 8th note triplets. All right, the same thing with the 8th note triplets. You have the grouping of 3, no accent. 4 measures with the right, 4 measures with the left. So you have now 1, 2, no accent. 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, back to the right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. It's good for you to write it down, please. But here's what's going to happen. Everything I'm going over right now, I'm going to view it later on when after it's processed, being recorded, and you will get a ton of PDFs for this, all these particular exercises. Now, that's going to take me some time. Okay, and you know, you're going to get the 8th notes, the no-brainer, the 16th notes, and now the triplet. We just did the triplet without the accent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the accent now is going to be on the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we shift the accent to the duh of the triplet. 1 and duh, 2 and duh, 3 and duh, 4 and duh. Okay, so that's the elements of the vamps. I mean, like you say, elements, like whatever you want to call it, who knows? It's how I practice, what I do. And it's actually going to take a long time. One time, and it's really funny that I think about it, and I said this, because I was a hot shot kid, you know, like, yeah, man, I'm going to be a Buddy Rich, move over, here I come kind of shit, you know? That's ridiculous. Because I was young. Now I'm old, and I said, wow, what did I say? I did tell Morello one time, yeah, I'm going to practice everything every day. And he had a smirk on his face. And you can't, because there's so much to practice. There's so many different things. There's so many different doors open up. So contain your practicing where you're going to be productive. Do at least the routine to loosen your hands, get the feel of things. If you're working on a particular tune that you want to learn, after you get your hands loose and everything, work on it. Okay? It's, you know, be productive. Now, here's what else I want to do. We're going to go back to page 5, and we're going to take the triplet again. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. This is a formula, and you're going to get this. All right. R becomes 3 rights, and L becomes 3 lefts. All right, so now, there's an order going on now with the triplet. So we have now, line 1 would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, right into line 2. So I can't talk and do this shit, man. All right, here we go. Line 1 to line 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we understand that, Joseph? And whoever else is not in the chat. It's just me and you, Joe, but there's 100 people watching. Unbelievable. Everybody's afraid to get into the chat. Hello, people who are not into the chat, welcome. And if you're going to frequent this broadcast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, get the stick control book, the syncopation book, Gary Shafee's patterns, all right, his time functions and technique patterns, and Joe Morello's master studies and the syncopation book. Okay? We get that? All right. You got that formula? All right. Another formula. Back to the 16ths. And now, instead of, we're going to make, it's another formula, make an R equal 4/16. It's 4 rights. The R equals 4 rights. 1, E, and A. Left equals 4 lefts. 2, E, and A. So now, we go to line 1, we have, and we're going to do from line 1 to line 2. If I make a mistake, it's hard to keep this going and not, and talk. Okay, so I have 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, line 2. 1, 2, you get that, all right? Now, you can do the same thing again. Oh boy, this is a lot of work. You can do this now between the bass drum and the snare drum. All the rights become 4 rights. Or instead of using the right hand, you use the bass drum. And then the lefts remain on the snare drum. Your hi-hat's going to be, you're going to get it written out. The hi-hat's going to be on 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do some Gary Shafee cymbal ostinatos against it. Okay? There's so many different things. This is all in my up-and-coming book, Beyond Control. A lot of work. All right? Now, the next formula, there's 2 formulas I want to go over, and you're going to get them PDFs. All right? And, this level system, everybody, I have to share this with you. As you know, with the Facebook groups, there's like 85,000, 87,000, who knows? They're all supposedly drummers, and they're trying to display what they know and how fast they can play, and they don't understand. Once they put a video up and somebody makes a statement, kindly, say, well, that was really nice, but why do you do this and do that, banga? The guy gets upset or the girl gets upset. Well, that's cool. But why get upset? Learn by the conversation you're going to have now with the gentleman or the lady about what you think he should do, what, he sees that, you need improvement on. Because that's why you put a video up. Not to display how fast and how great you are. I mean, there's so many great drummers, up-and-coming drummers, that work so hard, but have the wrong attitude. Like I keep telling everybody, when I wake up in the morning, which I can't wait to wake up in the morning to see what I'm going to learn, brand new about the drumming. All right, let me give you a couple more formulas. Now, up and coming in a couple weeks, we're going to really get into the halftime shuffle. And this is a prerequisite, I believe, to help you with the halftime shuffle. It's a triplet formation, but it's also involving the levels. You need to really get to the levels. I was telling you a story. There was a guy, and we're still friends, he's still in the groups, but every day he'd be posting a video of this Moeller and Gruber, or whatever the guy's name is, techniques. And the first video or second video he did post, he mentions me and he says, you know, I'm not using my arm, I'm not flowing, I'm too stiff, ba-ding-ga-da-bong-ga-da-bong, or whatever. And, you know, I let it go. I don't have time. I don't want to argue or get into a discussion about that. So every day, one or two different videos, and he has some good information, but he's into this Moeller bullshit. And I told him, I said, man, you know, and he got upset. I said, you know, what are you putting all this shit up here? I said, all this bullshit up here for? This is not good information for the up and coming groups. This Moeller thing is nonsense. And he flipped out. And he got upset. He's very sensitive. Well, you know, I'm not going to do it anymore because you said it's bullshit. And I told him, don't get so sensitive, man. We're having a conversation. So he hasn't posted a video since. What is it? Let me read this from Joe. Okay, Joe says, the point is to learn. I'm with you there. I personally comfortably going forward to halftime shuffle. I play a little halftime shuffle. Not great, but I can't play it. Well, you know, a lot of guys teach me the halftime shuffle. Not a problem. How do you shuffle? They don't know how to shuffle. Well, you have to learn how to shuffle first before you can play it in halftime. Well, that's another time, another place. Okay. The next formula, and this is the one surface formula, and next week we'll take this particular formula and put it on the drum set. R becomes an alternating triplet, like this: right, left, right, with the accent on the first stroke. Opinion watcher. All right, opinion watcher. What is your first name? The left becomes left, right, left. I'm putting an accent on each the downbeat of the triplet. So if I did the first line with that formula, like you're going to get PDFs on it, and who's that, opinion watcher? Do you have my email? Here. If you email me, we have. All right, Mike. All right, Mike. All right. Just email me. I'll send you the PDFs. Now, getting back to the formula, R equals, hold on. Come on, computers. All these screens. Anybody want to become an AV person? All right. The R becomes right with the accent on the first stroke. Left, right. L becomes left, right, left. So if I took that formula and applied it to line one, I'd have an alternating triplet. But I'm going to do it slow, and I'm going to maintain the levels. That's extremely important. And this, you know, people misunderstand what I'm doing. I do not perform this. I'm demonstrating what is occurring with your stick, what position you should be in. It's slow. It looks mechanical. Okay, but I'm not stiff when I play. I'm demonstrating this. Example, look. Here comes an alternating triple. I'm going to do it slow. One, and the. Two, and the. 3, and the, 4, and the. Now that's very mechanical, very slow, and it does look like I'm stiff. But I mean, if you're playing alternating triplets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I mean, I'm not going to blast them 900 miles an hour. There's no need for that. That's what's occurring. And look at the hands. They're all coming up and down from the same spot constantly. Now, I'm going to skip line 2 because it's an alternating triplet again, but it starts with the left. So let's go to line 3. I have 2 rights, 2 lefts. Something happens here with the levels. Hey, Randy. Who's this? What are you talking about, Randy? mattpatella1001 at gmail.com. We had a disagreement, Mike. I don't like to disagree with anybody. I like to have a conversation. You know, whatever works for you works for you. What was the disagreement? I'm curious. All right, let me go back to the formula. Line 3, 2 right-hand triplets, 2 left-hand triplets. We're alternating the triplet. We have 1 and the. Now I'm back in position to nail the next right hand. And now I'm in position to nail the left. I did. Oh, I'm sorry. .com. Concentrating on the upstroke. Okay. All right. Let me finish doing this, and then I'll talk about concentrating on the upstroke. You see, the level system is what we're using right now. We're doing right, left, right. I'm up. I'm concentrating on that to come down for the next triplet. Okay? Now line 4 is the reverse of line 3. So let's hit line 5. We have 2 alternating triplets, 2 right hand lead triplets, then we have a left hand and a right hand alternating triplet, and 2 left hand lead triplets. So we have this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will make a video of this particular one. You're not interfering. We're going to straighten it out, okay, in a minute. All right, there's another formula I want to give, but do we understand this? You're going to get, if you, Mr. Mike, I guess it is, opinion watcher, okay, email me, you'll get all the PDFs and we'll talk about it, all right? Now, the laws of physics. You know, a lot of people fight with the laws of physics. Guess what happens when you fight with the laws of physics? You lose. Opinion watcher, you know why I do it? That's what other ways there to do it. It's an upstroke. That's a free stroke. I got guys that are supposed to be renowned and ambassadors or whatever, doing a full stroke or a free stroke like this, catching it. What I'm doing is letting the stick, whatever I play, I'm letting the stick do what it's supposed to do. I'm not preventing that. And by not preventing that, I'm going with the laws of physics. If I want to get a stronger note sound out of one stick, I come down from a different position. That's the downstroke. I want to get that next stroke with the left, I have to get in position. There's no problem with that. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with that. Okay, anyway. One more formula, then I'm going to lock it up, take the rest of the night off, finish my yard work early tomorrow morning, and the rest of the weekend, besides my private students, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I will be involved, working on PDFs for this particular lesson. Okay, Joe? Okay, Mike? Okay, Randy? Who else? Okay, good. All right. So, one more formula. The paradiddle. Right hand paradiddle. Right, left, right, right. Okay, I accent the first stroke. Second, now do a left hand paradiddle. Right hand paradiddle, left hand paradiddle. Okay, so now, R now becomes a paradiddle, right hand paradiddle, right, left, right, right. L becomes a left hand paradiddle, left, right, left, left. Okay? So now, I mean, just like with that formula, line one is just an alternating paradiddle, and I'm going to do it slow with the levels, because that's what occurs when you're up tempo, when you're playing a paradiddle. It's down, up, tap, tap. Simple. Okay, the first guy is just an alternating paradiddle. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to line 3 with that formula. Email me there, Mike. Okay, line 3. 2 right-hand formulas. You have down, tap, tap. Look at my hand. I'm in position to nail the next up-and-coming paradiddle. Down, up. Again, in position to nail the left-hand paradiddle. 2 right-hand paradiddles. So you're going to get all of this, most of it anyway. I'm going to watch the video after it's processed and write down everything I covered, and everything I covered, you will get a PDF on it. So don't forget, check your email in the next couple days. I just wanted to do some sort of review tonight. We'll be back on the drum set, and we're going to be working a whole lot with the Shafee book and the new tunes, the impressions, and A Moment's Notice, and Billy's Bounce, and the Syncopation book. I just been exhausted, so we're going back to full gear come Monday. Are there any questions on anything that we covered this evening? Yes, no, maybe. Any questions? Hello? You're going to get all the PDFs, Randy. Joe. Again, anybody feels in their heart to send a donation, send one. I thank everybody else who sent donations. That's really nice. If I get a couple more, I could do 1 o'clock lessons every day. Well, what I'm going to try to do, and I don't want you guys to misunderstand this, but, teaching is a love I have. But it's also a business. That's Chaffee. Okay. My email, all you have to do is send it to my PayPal account, and I would appreciate it. All right, with all that being said, it's time for me to say buonanotte. For those who don't understand that, that's Italian for good night. So here we go. We're off the air, I think.